Namaste and Jai Shri Krishna to all. Today, we have a Path to Anandam Series 12. So welcome to Path to Anandam series. And the subject today is Power of Oneness, Ekat, based on Srimad Bhagavad Gita's teachings, Ashtanga Yoga, and many other Vedic scriptures and other scriptures. So thank you very much for joining this morning. Pranam to Guruji Hariharji Maharaj for his blessings, guidance. I'm Satya Kalra, your host and founder of Path to Anandam. And thank you to Krishna Bhagwanji and Guruji for guiding. And whatever you see on this page, all the #1 bestsellers on Amazon, CDs, etc., it's all blessing and guidance of Guruji and Bhagwan Krishna. Our sessions are posted on YouTube channel, and we have more than 600 videos over there. So you are welcome to share with your loved ones and also go back and listen to anyone you like. Today's subject, power of oneness, Ekatva Shakti. And the question came to me that in my meditation and in my talks, I talk quite a bit about oneness. So can I explain what is oneness? So oneness is a scattered mind to divine unity, because that's another question comes. Why? How can we focus? How can we take so many thoughts, so many things in our mind and focus on one point, and we can totally merge with the ultimate union with supreme power. So this session is focused on power to awaken oneness within, and of course without, externally and internally. So what is oneness? What is ekatva? And why ekatva? Why? And I put the self-realization here also because it's actually it is a very similar word. And actually we did talk about it last week as well. And what are the barriers to self-realization, which we spoke, but oneness? Here focus is on the oneness. So how to awaken oneness within? And what are those practices? What are the benefits? And our sankalpa, I awaken to oneness within, and there will be meditation and tips. So what is oneness? Unity with the divine and all creation. So this is not something that we just talk about it. This is something we experience it. And it is a state of being one when we totally feel merged with the supreme power. And in Vedic studies, it is called non-duality. Where everything is interconnected. Advaita, where all is one. This Jiva Atma, this which is body and mind, and the soul, and also the others, and the supreme power, which is called Jeev, Jagat, and Jagdish. All are connected with one. So we realize that Atma, Paramatma, Brahman, all are one, because in Vedic studies, in Veda, it says Brahman. There's a Paramatma, God. It's all one. So that this is a pure conscious state. And also we are all one, and we all are manifested from the same source. And in Bhagavad Gita, it talks about, and it's, if you just look at this one, here's one, actually in chapter 9, verse 15, which I just put a diagram here. Oneness as a spiritual foundation. Because this is a spiritual foundation. Unless we are connected, we are totally focused, we cannot move forward in spirituality. The focus, self-awareness is the key. So this is the foundation. And then we are all one, Chit Ananda. We are the ultimate part of the supreme reality. So there are two parts in Bhagavad Gita, in Upanishads, in Vedas. They're realizing the ultimate reality to be at the personal level, where we experience that connection with supreme power, the merger. And once we are at that level, the foundation of oneness in our heart opens up. And then we extend all of our hands. We feel that whole universe is one. So Rumi said, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in the drop. In other words, we are no different than supreme power. That's the oneness. We are all one. So ultimately, unity with divine and all the creation is called oneness. So what are the barriers? Why can't we experience it? Again, ego, ahankar. It goes to verse 20, is chapter 264, 65, and also in chapter 15. Mame vansho. I am the Mame vansho jiva loka. I am the one who is present in everywhere. Jiva bhuta sanatana. Because I am the supreme power, I am the Atma, Paramatma. So I am everlasting. But what happens? When manasrashtani indriyani, when this mind and indriya get tangled and ego comes, minus comes. These are all the kashati, prakriti kashati. So these are all in Triguni Maya, in Prakriti, which is made with Tamsik, Raisik, Satvik, and we are made with Tamsik, Raisik, Satvik, and those are our gunas, our previous recording in the mind comes in our way, which is simply Rag, Dvesh. And we forget who we are. This is called avidya, ignorance, and mental distraction. One of the things today's focus is how to get the scattered mind together for oneness. Because Arjuna also asked the same question, Chanchal Mana. When Bhagwanji said in chapter 6, Dhyan Yoga, you focus on Dhyan, do the Dhyana, meditation. And he says, how could I do it? It's my mind is so scattered. And that's where it says, because we have so many things in our mind which come in our way. Arjuna had the same problem, so much confusion. He forgot. Vidya came on him. He forgot that he was a Kshatriya. He's supposed to do his responsibilities. So here, Ramana Maharishi ji said, the ego is the only thing that separates us from the divine. That's the wall between us and the supreme power. And from there, the attachment comes, and Kam, Krodh, Lo, Moh, Ahankar, all those 5 + 2 enemies come. So I just put it here. See, all these barriers are here. Look at the mind, what we're talking about, the multitasking, so many things in our mind here. And then the stress comes. We become very unhappy. And then, of course, all this anger and ego and attachment and related to these, like all the discomfort, delusions like Arjuna. And then body shivers like Arjuna again. Couldn't perform our duty because physiology of the body does not cooperate with us, because our body is flooded with toxins, cortisols. We lose our sleep. These are all the barriers. But the good news is that how we can overcome these problems, which we all face periodically. Bhagwan ji blessed not just Arjuna, all of us, with the divine, I call it a divine tool, divine, which gives us the divine Shakti, Bhagavad Gita, which teaches us how to do your action without any detachment. Bhakti. Then Bhagwanji says, when you do the bhakti, I will automatically buddhi yukto. I will make your buddhi yukto, connected with the divine. And then you will always experience that I am Chit Ananda. I am the part of that supreme power. But the key thing, I put it here, Dhyan Yoga. Why Dhyan Yoga? Because the scattered mind, this is a treatment, this is a solution for this scattered mind. That mindfulness, focus is very, very important. And I just simply put it, sometimes, difficult to do the meditations and all that, because I hear that all the time. So I put it, here, we should live in awareness. What am I doing? Why am I doing? We talked about that many, many times almost in every session. But here I just wanted to focus on one thing. Do one thing at a time. Be present. And what I mean by one thing, one thought. And let me give you an example. One of the problems to come to all of us, we start going to look for one thing or do one thing. Just think about it. And then by the time we reach there, we forget. Where did I come from? And that happens to every one of us. And I hear that complaint all the time, that my memory is not working. I forget. And sometimes we start giving the excuses because it's an old age thing and because I'm getting older and all that. And let me tell you, there is some truth to it. However, we have a control on it. And when we want to focus or we want to not to forget about it, we just start. Suppose I'm going to go and look for some key here. And then I should just be walking over there and just thinking about that part. Rather than by the time I get there, I have so many other thoughts which overlap my original purpose, that why did I come there? So just have a one thought that I am here to find this thing or get that thing. Then you will never forget that. So one thought, one action, when we are eating something, we should be fully engaged with the eating. When we are listening to someone or when we are with someone, we should pay full attention to that person or what that person is saying. So we should be totally live in a present moment at that time. And here I give an example of Arjuna. You know how Arjuna did that? I mean, moving fish and looking in the pond in the water below, not even looking up, and still putting his barn, his arrow, and he succeeded. Why? Because he was totally focused. So I simply say, Arjun jaisi aankh honi chahiye. When we take any project, when we do anything, we should be 100% focused on that rather than getting distracted. When Arjuna got distracted from his purpose, he couldn't perform his duty. But look at the same Arjun. He achieved what many people could not achieve. Many kings could not achieve. And this is how he got Draupadi. So the point here is focus, focus, focus. Meditation helps, but at the same time, we should focus on one thing at a time, do one thing at a time. And then we can experience and we will awaken the oneness within. So the problems are here. I put it here, which we just discussed. But there is a solution to it. And the solution is Series12 Bhagavad Gita and meditation. And then also our daily practices. So Bhagwan is here. So this is how we can focus ourselves and we feel connected. But then the question comes, how to see God in others? Because we are talking about the total oneness. Jeev, we took care of it. Jagat, in this world. Now what should we do in this world? Because Yomam pashyati sarvatra, sarvam cha mai pashyati, tasyam na pashyanti, sach me na pranshati. Those who see me everywhere and see everyone in me and not out of my sight. And I am not out of their sight. In other words, we are one. However, question comes how to see God in others. When somebody hurts you, betrayed you, criticized you, then it becomes very difficult to see God in them. And that's where forgiveness and let go come. We talked about this particular verse, Nirman Moha Jitsang Dosha. Adhyatma Nitya Vinivarta Kama Dvander Vimukta Sukh Dukh Sanger Gachanti Mura Avavam Tab means that we have to forgive, we have to let go, we have to go beyond ego and attachments. And then how to see God in tough times. There are certain situations when the situations are so difficult, we cannot see God at that time because we are so merged. Or if I have a toothache, I can't even think about God at that time. And because I'm in pain. So here it says, see goodness in all situations. All is his Leela. And Guruji always said, Hari kare so khari. So why worry? And how to access God's vision and hear his voice. Again, meditation and prayers. And how to see God in our lives. We should reflect upon it. Think about it in silence. And how to see God everywhere. So, Vibhuti Yoga, chapter 10. Everything is his creation. He is in mountains, he is in water, he is in mantras, he is in our breath, he is in everywhere. So, kan kan mein, chan chan mein. And by doing that, we are self-purified, self-transformed. And then the oneness comes. We feel so connected with Supreme Power and become the true seer. Because Bhagwanji says, once sama sarveshu bhuteshu tishyanta parmeshvara, then what happened? We see God everywhere. So one who sees the same imperishable Supreme Soul dwelling and abiding equally in all perishable beings, that person becomes the true seer. So if we first we see God within ourselves, we feel that presence, and then we feel the presence in others. In other words, Almighty is present everywhere. Then we become the truly seers who sees God. So what are the benefits of doing all this? You have heard many of these things before, but no matter what you do, these are the outcomes of spiritual practices. But I put it here, not just the spiritual and scientific, and not just connection of body, mind, and soul, but I put plus sign here. So it's not just to it connects our body, mind, and soul and wellness. So, but we also do the righteous action. We follow our dharma. We are in peace. Our ego started dissolving, and we are not attached and bound to so many worldly things. And there are proofs. It's not just that the spiritual, nowadays science and spirituality has combined so many studies going on, and so many studies have been done, especially in body-mind research. And big universities like Harvard, NIH, Stanford, all those places where they have done the study and showed the data that it reduces the stress, anxiety, improves the concentration, our thinking power, just like as I put it again as Arjun, enhances emotional, in other words, our mood fluctuations get minimized. Of course, heart becomes more healthy, and it increases our immunity, longevity, and memory. Again, I put the memory here, and I give the example that when we focus on one thing, we will always remember, nothing will come overlap that particular thought. So we have a good memory, and we won't forget the things. So this is a good tool for increasing the memory. And then, so it means it increases our physical, mental well-being, connects us to body, mind, and soul, and also improve the relationship. Why I put it here? I put it oneness here. What's happening in the world today? Another war this week, Iran and Israel. Before, the war was going on between Gaza and Israel. And there are India and Pakistan. The world is just fighting because they just want to have more nuclear power. They just want to be superior than others, more advanced, have more advanced equipments now to fight, our drones and all kind of things. It's just an ego war. But once we start practicing the oneness, our heart is filled with forgiveness, love, and compassion. And we are not fearful of others. Because what's happening right now? Why so many wars? Because the fear is also there, that they have a better nuclear weapons and all that. So mine should be better than theirs because they're fearful. So fear comes out, more love and compassion, more vision, more humanity. And so it improves the relationship, not on the word part, but also within us. We all forgive ourselves. We all are more happy, peaceful. Here it says focusing on the things at a time and working without ego and attachment attains mental clarity, success, happy, healthy, and peaceful life and beyond. And that's where the oneness is. So oneness starts within. It goes to the family, so the better relationship with others, then in the community, then in the world, and the whole world is filled with peace, Anandam. So actually, this is a path to Anandam as well. So we are the one contributor. If one person contributes and then everybody thinks that way, then the whole world could be a more peaceful place, not just for us, but generation to come. So oneness within and without. And then our practices. So one to oneness. Remember that one to oneness, one thought, one action could lead us. That oneness within us and without means the external world. And again, this I put the 30 days planner based on many studies. Start our day, whatever we can, or whatever resonates with us, whether it's a Om mantra, studying Bhagavad Gita, reading Guru Granth Sahib, Ramayana, whatever, doesn't matter, or somebody's autography, or your own mantra, or you have made up some mantra, or you want to change. But here is the awareness of interconnectedness must be there. So that's where I put it here. This is just a basically summary of that. But again, here the pranayam, yogas, pranayam, Surya Namaskar, sun salute. And then here I put it again, one thing at a time, one thought, one speech, one action. And then we feel united. Peace within and peace to others. So focus one task at a time during the day. Whether it's a thought, action, whatever, eating, listening, whatever. And then the self-transformation comes. Self-oneness comes. And then we feel eternally happy, healthy, and peaceful. And experience who we are, Chit Ananda. So practice, practice, practice. And end of the day, just let go. Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam vraj. Aham tvam sadbhavebhyo mokshashyami ma shuchit. So our sankalpa, I awaken to oneness within. I am the true seer. And I experience happiness, healthiness, peaceful, and oneness. Ekatva. And with our sankalp, little by little, shanai shanai uppar buddhi mein. So we little by little, we gradually, our subconscious mind gets clean and we experience who we are, who am I, Chit Ananda. So our homework time, be the sakshi, be the witness. Do I focus my purpose of life, union with Supreme, oneness, ekat? Do I live in awareness of interconnection, interconnectedness? And then question is, what thoughts separate me from others to God? Am I upset with them? Am I hurt from them? And then I kind of get upset. So what are those thoughts? Make a list of that. Do I see divinity in others? And am I aware of my own shortcomings? Do I do all my spiritual practices which are shown in my daily spiritual planner? And then here is the tip. If you have to do two things, then do only one thing well. And then oneness, not multiplicity. Ekatva, not anekatva. So continue to practice, practice, practice. So thank you very much for attending Path to Anandam series, The Power of Oneness ekat.